People Are Alike All Over, starring Blair Underwood, with Stacy Keach as your narrator, was adapted for radio by Dennis Etchison and written for The Twilight Zone by Rod Serling, based on a story by Paul W. Fairman. Heard in the cast were Christian Stolte, Lisa Joyce, Richard Hensel, Steve Key, Derek Purcell, Doug James, Linda Ryder, Brooke Reed, Charlie Kummerer, Amanda Amari, and CJ Amari. To learn more about the Twilight Zone radio dramas and to obtain audio cassettes and CDs of these programs, visit our website at twilightzoneradio.com. The producers of The Twilight Zone wish to thank CBS Enterprises, Carol Serling, Dennis Etchison, Dick Brescia Associates, Claire Simon Casting, Terry Jennings, XM Satellite Radio, Sirius Satellite Radio, our sponsors, and our radio affiliates for helping make this series possible. This copyrighted radio series is produced and directed by Carl Amari and Jason Mallow for Falcon Picture Group. Doug James speaking.
There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Must be cleared by 0200 hours. All personnel, please stay behind the steel fence. Repeat, the blast-off area must be cleared by 0200 hours.
That you, Markison?
Evening, Conrad.
Thought I'd find you out here.
You thought right. Look at her. Like a needle pointed straight up at the sky.
Pretty big needle.
Odd, isn't it?
Why do you say that?
For us, I mean. Odd way to spend the last night.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep.
Neither could I. But what a thing to do. A last night on Earth you don't spend in the middle of the desert looking at your transportation. A last night you spend it enjoying Earth. You walk around its streets, you go into its bars, you dance with its women.
Yeah.
You drink in its view, savor it, enjoy it. But not us. That ship out there. We'll have all we want of her and more. She'll be our world for quite a while. 113 feet long by 18 feet wide. And yet here we stand, Conrad, watching her. Just 3 hours before we take off.
Maybe we're trying to get used to the idea.
Oh, we'll have plenty of time to get used to it. That'll be our city and country and house and front yard and backyard for the next 3 months. And we won't have any choice in the matter.
Markson, could I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Are you afraid?
Of some things, I guess. The unknown, loneliness, the silence up there. But the ship, after all the work that's gone into her, I don't think so. How about you, Sam?
It's different. You're ready for this. 3, 4, 5 years. It's all you've prepared yourself for. But it's not the same with me.
We both went through the same flight training.
I know, but I'm a scientist, Markison, a biologist. My whole life, my world has been books and slides and microscopes. I'm being sent up there because they need my mind. Pity they just can't send that and leave my body back here where it belongs. But speaking frankly, yeah, I am afraid. I'm frightened of the place we're going and what we might find there.
Martians?
Well, that's not very likely.
They're the one thing you don't need to be afraid of. They shouldn't be feared, even if we do run into them. Whoever we meet up there, whatever kind of creatures they are, if they exist, There'll still be people of one sort or another.
You don't really think that.
Why not? I've got a philosophy about people, and I mean all people. I'm sure that when God made human beings, he developed them from call it a fixed formula, with the same batch of ingredients. We have a pattern of behavior designed to meet certain needs, and those needs are going to be identical no matter what the form and the place. And that means we're all essentially the same on Earth or in the farthest reaches of space. Think about it, Sam.
People. On Mars.
Wherever they're able to exist, they have to be the same, even up there in the stars.
I'd like to be able to read those stars. I wish there were an equation that applies. A plus Y equals what? A rocket ship plus 2 men equals...
Equals a wondrous adventure. Let's get ready, Sam. We've only got a couple of hours.
You're standing at the edge of a highway into space, one soon to be traveled by a flimsy two-legged animal with an extremely small head. His name is Man, and he is about to send his tiny, groping fingers up into the unknown, bound for a once mythical place known as Mars. The participants are Samuel A. Conrad, age 35, and Warren Markison, age 31. They are the first to undertake such an ambitious voyage, and in a moment we'll travel with them to a location only slightly off course, in the Twilight Zone.
And now, the Twilight Zone and our story, People Are Alike All Over, starring Blair Underwood with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
Prepare to correct course.
Not yet.
Fire retro rockets on my mark.
Wait, I said.
For what?
I want to run a thermal scan on the landing gear.
You did that.
Well, I'm doing it again. Plus a spectrographic on the planet's surface.
We can't even see the surface till we correct.
By the time we finish the turn, it'll be too late.
Too late for what?
To change the flight plan, the gravitational field will take effect.
Exactly. We cut the main thrusters and fire the retros for a nice soft landing, right? Isn't that right, Conrad?
What if something's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
But what if it is? It'll take all the fuel we've got for another orbit. We have to be absolutely sure.
We're as sure as we're ever going to be.
There are too many variables. Atmospheric density, drag coefficients, power consumption.
We've been through all that. I just checked the readings.
The readings could be wrong. If we're off by a factor of 0.01, we'll miss the landing site completely. I'm going to run the numbers one more time.
No, you're not. I'm in command here, and I say we're going in now.
At least wait till the planet rolls up on the view screen. I want a spectrographic readout.
5, 4.
Not yet. Cancel the sequence.
I'm not canceling anything. 2, 1. Fire retros. I said fire. All right, if you won't do it...
Don't touch that switch!
Fire! Fire!
You fool!
Strap into your seat now!
Markison? You all right? Markison, where are you? Warren? Warren, can you hear me?
Over here.
Oh, thank God. After a landing like that?
Any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. If you can get this instrument panel off me, I'll try to do that.
Hang on. It's split in two. Let's see if I can lift it.
How's the rest of the ship?
Nose down in the bottom of a crater, as far as I can tell. Air pressure seems to be holding. Here, take my hand.
Whoa, whoa. Not just yet, Sam. I've got a little bit of a problem with this leg. But we made it, didn't we?
Yeah, we made it. With or without my help.
It wasn't your fault.
Sure it was. If I'd followed your order...
We still would have come down at the wrong angle. The flight plan was off.
There's nothing wrong with the flight plan. It's the terrain. It's not like the reconnaissance photos. Close but different. Somehow...
Then you were right to be cautious. Do we have power?
I don't know. I haven't had time to check anything.
Try to get the lights running. It's dark in here.
I may be able to rig a new circuit.
You do that. I'll give you a hand.
Don't be crazy. You can't even stand up. I'll do it.
Sam?
Yeah?
Hurry if you can. Will you, Sam? I want to take a look outside. I want to see what's really there.
There's plenty of time for that.
Is there?
I told you, we've got air. That means the hull's intact. You rest easy. I'll get the medical kit.
If you say so, Sam. If you say so.
Yes!
Sam?
I've got the circuits up. We are in business.
What are you doing?
Running a diagnostic on the equipment. Stay down.
How long did I sleep?
A couple of hours. Don't worry, you needed it.
You run an atmosphere check?
Yeah,
So, is it safe out there?
that's the question.
What's the matter? Something wrong with the sample?
No, I got a good one. More than enough. That's the problem.
You couldn't get a reading?
Oh, I got a reading all right. A complete analysis. Down to the last trace element.
So, what did it say?
It says the air is fine. Almost identical to the mix on Earth.
Well, what are we sitting here for? Let's go plant the flag.
Hold on, you're not going anywhere with that leg.
You go then. Just get the hatch open so I can see what's out there.
I'm not going anywhere.
Of course you are. Sam, we're the first men on Mars. What's the matter with you?
Not yet.
What are you waiting for, a printed invitation?
It's the reading.
But you said it was fine.
It can't be right.
Don't you trust the equipment, Sam? You designed it, remember?
You and I both know there's no breathable atmosphere on Mars.
Well, maybe there is where we landed.
That doesn't make sense.
If we're in a crater, there could be a buildup of gases.
Not according to any scientific literature I've ever read.
Then it's obvious the literature is wrong. You trust your equipment?
I've run the data 50 times.
And everything checks out. We made it, Sam. We made it. You know what that means?
I want to filter out another sample and run it through the analyzer.
We've traveled 35 million miles.
Exactly. Another few hours won't make any difference.
We can't wait any longer. The human race won't wait. If you won't open the hatch, I'll do it myself.
You won't be able to get it open. The hydraulics out.
Patch in the auxiliary power supply. You said the circuits are up.
I'm telling you, we can't.
Maybe you can't, but I can.
You're going to wreck your other leg.
I'll use the manual override. That's what I'll do. I'll disconnect the hydraulic lift at the wall and...
I told you to take it easy.
Sam. Just my luck, eh? 35 million miles through black space just to find a place to die.
You are not going to die.
It's all right. Really. It's just that I'd hate for this ship to be my tomb. Do me one favor.
Anything.
When it does happen, and I think it'll be soon,
Don't talk like that.
get me outside, one way or another. Don't be afraid. I've got a strange hunch that if anybody's out there, they'll help you with the funeral. That's how people are. And they are people, Sam. As long as they've got minds and hearts, that means they've got souls. And that makes them people.
No. For God's sake, don't die now. Don't leave me alone here. Warren! Warren! What's that? Listen. Do you hear that, Warren? Do you hear that? Something's out there. And it's coming. It's coming right up to the ship. You said that whatever's out there is like us. Well, I don't know that. There's no way to find out, and I'm not ready to find out. Go away! Whoever or whatever you are, go away! No, they're coming. Whatever they are, they're coming. The gun. Yes. Where's the survival kit? There. Nothing fancy, just a good old .38 automatic. That ought to do the trick. Get away! I said, get away from the ship! All right, if you won't go away, you want me to come out, I'll come out. You think you're ready for me? Huh? Huh? Where's that lever? Whoever or whatever you are, let's find out if you can eat lead. What the? Come on. Where are you? What are you waiting for? You see this? It's a gun. Know what a gun is? Want to find out? Step into the light so I can see you. But you're people. I swear you are. You're just like me. Face, body, everything.
Please, don't be afraid.
There's no reason to, you know.
What do you have in your hand?
Oh, this it's a pistol. It's a... I was only going to use it if...
May I see it?
What? I suppose so. Just don't touch the trigger. It contains explosive missiles. They're called bullets.
We didn't know if you were ever going to come out. We've waited most of the night.
Very glad to see that you've finally done so, however.
This is amazing. I'm Conrad. Samuel Conrad. That's my name. Do you understand? Name?
We understand, Mr. Conrad.
We landed here, my friend and I, in this ship. Crashed, I should say. We come from Earth.
Earth?
Where I'm from, this planet is known as Mars. We took off in our ship almost 3 months ago.
Check on the other one. He may be injured.
Yes, of course.
Here, I'll show you in the sand. See, this is the sun. Sun, the big star. And this is the Earth, the third planet from the sun, and this is you. Here.
The other one is dead.
His name is Marcuson.
Don't be alarmed, Mr. Conrad. We don't intend to hurt you. We've only been wondering when you intended to come out. Of course, we were curious.
But how do you know my language?
We don't, Mr. Conrad. As you'll no doubt soon realize, you're speaking our language.
Your language?
Unconscious transference. You'd call it hypnosis of a sort.
But you must be tired. We'll prepare a place for you to rest and food.
I'm appreciative. I really am. You'll forgive me my staring. I mean, but I can't get over it. I mean, you're people. Just like I am. Actual human beings. Marcuson said you'd... Marcus.
We'll bear your friend for you. Later on, you can tell us the sort of marker you'd like. That is your tradition, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We can also repair your ship for you.
You can?
If that would please you.
Oh, yes, very much.
Good. Consider it done.
There are so many questions I want to ask.
Really?
So many things I want to find out about your civilization, your science, the way you live, the social structure. 100 questions, 1,000.
We will be glad to answer all your questions. But first, you must rest.
Yes.
Come with us, Mr. Conrad. You must have food and drink and sleep. After you.
Where are we going?
Not far. A structure we've built.
I don't see anything.
Oh, I know it's dark out there, but it's only a short walk. You'll understand more when we arrive. The true end of your journey, if you will.
A place that's more comfortable.
Would you give me a moment?
What?
It won't take long. I'd like to say goodbye to my friend.
Oh, certainly.
Marcuson. you know what's happened. I hope you know that you were right. There are Martians, after all, and they're people. It's incredible, but they really are just like us. You knew, didn't you? Somehow, you knew. Oh, I'm sorry, old friend, that I didn't believe you. And that you didn't live to see them.
Are you ready, Mr. Conrad?
Yes, I'm ready.
I hope this will do.
I'm impressed. On Earth, this would be considered very modern. The angles, the lines. Are the walls stainless steel?
Well, not exactly. Something like it.
Would this be considered a typical house here?
In a sense, it would be the equivalent of an apartment, I believe you call it.
Except that there's no furniture. I don't believe it. Everything is built into the walls. What's the power source? Not electricity, surely. It's
A simple principle, really. You'll hear all about it. About everything.
But we promised you food. Your table and chair.
from the ceiling. That's brilliant.
And on the table, your meal. It will taste somewhat different from what you're accustomed to, but I trust you'll find it agreeable. Here.
Thank you so much, all of you. You know, I am hungry. Very hungry.
Please sit down, Mr. Conrad, and eat.
It's different, but I like the taste. Like melon or cantaloupe, maybe. And yet, there's almost a meat flavor.
You don't mind it?
Mind? Are you kidding? After that freeze-dried stuff we ate on the ship? No. This is delicious.
We'll leave you to eat then.
Oh, I wonder, could you do us a small favor, Mr. Conrad?
Anything.
As a favor, would you mind sketching for us what a home looks like on Earth, so we'll better understand your culture?
No, not at all. This is what we call a ranch house. It has only one story. Here, look, I'll show you. This is roughly the shape. The front door here, and this is what's known as a picture window. Looking out from the living room,
I see.
the bedroom area, and the kitchen, where we cook the food. Here, I'll put down some more details about the interior.
Please.
Couch, chair, television set, and inside the kitchen over here, the refrigerator, maybe a freezer, and the stove.
A freezer and a stove?
Well, one to keep the food from spoiling and one to heat it up.
Remarkable.
In the bedroom, the bed, the bureau, the mirror, do you understand mirror? Reflection? To look at yourself.
Of course, I've forgotten.
Will you look at that?
Here's your mirror, along with the sink, towels, running water, and this will be your bed.
All the comforts of home.
Eat in pleasure, Mr. Conrad, and then rest. We'll come back later.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, miss,
Yes?
I didn't ask any of your names.
That's all right.
You have a name, don't you?
I'm called Tina.
Tina, I wish you'd, will you tell the others for me how much I appreciate all this? The trouble you've gone to, this is a pretty wonderful thing that's happened to me, so thank you. Do you understand? Thank you. I mean, to come millions of miles and meet people of your own kind, I was so frightened before. I was so miserably frightened, and then...
Please don't be.
I know what I was afraid of now. I was afraid of loneliness, of silence, of the unknown. But now my friend was right. There's no need for fear now.
No need at all. No one will hurt you, I promise. You must believe that.
I do now.
I'll see you later, Mr. Conrad.
I hope so, Tina. And please call me by my given name. It's Sam.
Goodbye, Sam.
There she is.
Sorry, he had more questions.
What did you tell him?
That you'd be back later. He understands.
How did he take the language transference?
Oh, quite easily.
His quotient is low enough. You should see the wave chart. He has the mind almost of an infant. And you must have a look at his ship.
I have done so. So primitive as to be almost unbelievable. You wonder how he made it here. Tina, how does he react to things?
What?
He asked you a question.
I'm sorry, how does...
His reactions.
Most trusting, emotionally very complex. He feels loneliness, curiosity, excitement. He seems to crave companionship.
And what is your recommendation? For what we should do with him?
I think we should let him go.
Let him go? How can we let him go?
He means us no harm, and he's...
He's what? Tell us what he is.
Go ahead, Tina. Feel free to speak.
He's so much like us, that's all.
Did you hear that, everyone? He's so much like us.
Excuse me.
Tina, where are you going?
I have something to do.
At this hour, surely not.
Perhaps to observe our new arrival. After all, he is almost one of us now.
One of us indeed.
Tina? Is that you?
Yes, Mr. Conrad. I was just...
What's the joke?
Oh, something one of my friends said.
Oh, what was it?
Something humorous, that's all. At least he thought so.
Won't you come in?
I wouldn't want to disturb you.
Not much chance of that. I'm too wound up. This is all a bit much to grasp at one time.
You must have a great many questions.
Perhaps you can answer a few of them. If you don't mind, that is. Won't you sit down?
Well, maybe for just a minute.
Have a seat. The couch is quite comfortable, thanks to you.
Mr. Conrad, there's something you should know.
Oh, that's an understatement. Where do we start?
I don't quite know how to put this, but...
Wait, I'm not a very good host. After all, you and your people have been so gracious, seeing to my every need. Is there anything you'd like? I assume there are refreshments. I don't suppose you people know what a drink is.
In the cabinet, you'll find several varieties of beverages.
Yeah?
I hope they're to your satisfaction.
Let's just have a look. Do you mind?
Be my guest.
I don't believe it! This is a 25-year-old single malt. Where did you get it?
We manufactured it, you might say, to suit your taste.
But how could you know what my taste is?
We retrieved it from your memories, telepathically, to use your word. You were very specific in your recollections. May I ask what it is like?
You mean you've never had Scotch whiskey before? Well, young lady, you are in for a treat. Here, I'll pour us both one.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
You're right, it's not. It's a great idea. Give this a try.
Perhaps just a taste.
Here's to the end of a long, long journey. And to good people everywhere.
It's a strange taste. It's so sharp.
Oh, I should have told you to sip it. Just take a small amount and just roll it around in your mouth. Then you swallow it. Yeah. How's that?
It's interesting.
You said your people manufactured this. How, exactly? You must use some sort of molecular reconstruction powered by... what is the power source here, by the way? Solar? Hydrogen fusion? We've been experimenting with this on Earth for years, but so far...
Please, Mr. Conrad,
You seem nervous.
It's just that...
Not my fault, I hope. I've never been very good at small talk, getting to know people socially. And now I'm more aware of that than ever.
You're behaving perfectly. That's not the problem at all. You're the one who should be uneasy with us. Suspicious.
What's to be suspicious about? Do you want to know the absolute truth? This experience, meeting all of you, it's lifted a burden off my chest. All this time, not knowing what to expect. But you're so kind. You're so understanding. You take it all in stride. A visitor from another planet, I mean, am I...
The first? No, I can't say that you are.
I should have known. You accepted me so easily. The other, visitors, where did they come from? Not Earth, obviously. Outside the solar system?
Please. There will be plenty of time to answer those questions and more.
I'm sure there will be. But you see, I'm a scientist. Facts, numbers,
Those are our concerns, too. They have been since time immemorial.
You've been here a very long time. Your civilization, I mean.
Yes, in Earth terms. But Mr. Conrad, Sam, there is something I wanted to tell you. It's only fair that you know before...
Before what?
Ah, Mr. Conrad. Still awake, I see.
Oh, come in. I was just telling Tina here...
Mr. Conrad, we have a surprise for you.
Really?
A very nice surprise.
You shouldn't go to any more trouble.
Would you accompany us, please?
Where are we going?
That's the surprise, Mr. Conrad. You'll see soon enough.
Isn't she coming?
Tina will remain behind.
Oh, we were just getting acquainted.
She has other duties.
Actually,
Don't you, Tina?
I hope I'll see you later.
No. If you don't mind, Sam, I think I will go with you now.
Tina.
Great, I'd like that. Quite a complex you have here. There must be miles of corridors, like interconnecting tubes.
It provides both shelter and a gathering place for our people.
The walls, are they glass?
A form of what you call plastic. Very strong, for protection against the elements.
Then you have seasons. We've seen evidence of dust storms on the surface and, of course, the polar ice caps.
We've had to recreate an atmosphere in recent centuries. That has wrought havoc with the forces of nature. Far more than you might have observed from space.
I can hardly wait to take a closer look.
Really, Mr. Conrad, you don't want to tire yourself. You should get a good night's rest while you can.
No reason to. I feel fine. Does the complex house your research facilities, laboratories, that sort of thing?
They are in an adjacent structure.
I thought I saw a reflection out there, but it's so dark.
All in good time. It will be a few more hours until sunrise. Then, all will be clear. Ah, here we are.
After you, Mr. Conrad.
What?
Allow me to illuminate it for you.
But this is...
This is what, sir?
Why, it's just like the entrance to my house back home.
Is it?
Yes, this is the foyer, and the living room would be down here.
You like it?
Do I? It's a perfect replica of my place in California. This is perfect.
We did our best.
I mean, in every detail. Furniture, the works, even the drapes. If I open them, I bet I'll see my old picture window.
No point in opening them now. It's dark. Wait till morning.
How did you build it so quickly?
We sincerely hope this is the way you're used to living.
You didn't miss a thing.
The general outline came from your diagram, the rest from your mind.
You think very clearly, Mr. Conrad. Very clearly indeed. Strong, clean impressions. Would you care to see the rest of the house?
Would I ever? Ah! My kitchen! And my refrigerator.
It's filled with your favorite foods, the ones you remember most vividly.
Cheese, fried chicken, and pizza. Oh, I'd love to have some warmed over pizza right about now. This is really fabulous. I don't know how to repay you.
Your presence is quite enough.
Now, I really, truly appreciate it.
We wanted you to feel at home, Mr. Conrad. Do you?
Well, I never saw it this clean.
Splendid.
In that case, we were wondering if you'd mind remaining here for a little while.
Oh, sure. And about my spaceship. Take your time.
Your spaceship?
You said you'd be able to fix it.
Oh, yes. We'll restore it to its original state and then transport it here, outside your residence. It will be in perfect working order.
That's great.
You expressed interest in seeing more of our people. We'll arrange that, first thing in the morning.
I'm sure they will be most interested.
I'd be delighted.
For a little while longer, then. Enjoy yourself, Mr. Conrad. Enjoy your house.
You bet I will. I can hardly wait to sleep on a real mattress again. Oh, let me show you out.
That's not necessary.
Sure it is. This is my house, isn't it?
It is, sir. It most certainly is.
What's this in the vase?
You call them roses, don't you?
Well, yes, but how?
We had a little trouble with the petals. So delicate. If you examine them closely, you may find them somewhat imperfect.
I doubt that very much. Here, I want you to have one. It's my way of saying thanks.
Thank you. I'll keep it to remember you by.
But we'll see each other again, won't we? What? Are you crying?
Come along, Tina.
I'm very happy to have known you Sam.
Time to go.
Sleep well, and wake refreshed.
Man, will I, this is too much. Wonder if there's some more of that scotch in here. Yes! Well, all I can say is if this is an illusion, it's one a guy can live with. This is the best scotch I've ever tasted. I think I'll just sit down here, put my feet up. This is the greatest. Absolutely the greatest. Where? It wasn't a dream. I really am here, after all. Never even made it to bed. That's okay. Slept like a baby. Must be morning by now. Well, let's take a look out of my famous picture window and see what morning's like on Mars. Oh, you look at that. Red sand. Red hills. Ooh, oh, wow. They made the window so it retracts automatically. Smell that. Oh, real honest to goodness air. I gotta get outside. Come on. What's the matter with this door? Wait a minute. What's that? Sounds like some kind of vehicle. Hey! Hey, everybody! I bring you greetings from Earth! Hey, what are these bars for?
Everyone, please exit through the rear of the tram.
Over here! I'd like to shake your hands, but I'm locked in.
Go to the main window, please. He's still in quarantine.
What's he talking about? Why are you all looking at me like that?
Please don't touch the bars.
Hey, what's going on? Hey!
This is our latest acquisition.
No, it can't be. My ship. They said they'd move it here. Wait, why would they? It can't blast off this close. It would set the whole house on fire. Unless they don't intend.
Isn't he unusual?
Careful, children.
Can it talk?
Yes, on an elementary level, a very limited vocabulary, of course. Its primitive spacecraft will soon be on permanent display. For now, you're free to observe the creature in its natural surroundings.
I don't belong
Note
in
the
here.
simple primal emotions.
No! Let me out of here!
You may take holograms if you like. And next, we'll move on to the Venusian habitat, the intergalactic breeding area, and the Alpha Centauri house. This again is a holographic opportunity.
I don't belong in here, please! Please!
I would like to take a hologram. Isn't he cute? Look this way, Earthman.
You were right, Marcus. You were right. People, they are the same. No matter where you go, they are always the same. It's a zoo. A zoo. A zoo! It's a zoo.
Species of animal on public display. Physical characteristics similar to a human being. Head, trunk, arms, legs, hands, feet. Very tiny, undeveloped brain. Comes from a primitive planet known as Earth. Calls himself Samuel Conrad. And he will remain here in his specially constructed cage with running water and electricity and central heating for the rest of his natural life. Because Samuel Conrad finally discovered a flight plan that led him off course and into the Twilight Zone.
More from the Twilight Zone after this.
Hello, I'm Stacy Keach. I hope you're enjoying this edition of the Twilight Zone radio dramas. To learn more about this series, be sure to log on to our official website at twilightzoneradio.com. You'll find special discounts on our Twilight Zone audio collections, listings of our radio stations, links to other websites, and a photo gallery of our recording studio and some of our stars in action, plus ways to contact us with questions or comments about the show. And for a limited time, when you log on to twilightzoneradio.com, you can send in for a free CD of the show. So be sure to visit us at twilightzoneradio.com.